how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
She showed up for everyone else. She carried everyone else's pain. She was the safe space. But when she needed someone, nobody was there for her. Let's talk about the healer. Hey, Rych Babes! Welcome back to A Rich Girl's Glow Up. I'm Robin Milan, and this is your space to breathe, to become, and to bloom. This one is for the strong friend, okay? The one who never complains, who always answers the call, who shows up and shows out for everyone else, but secretly cries herself to sleep. Who am I talking to? Because she doesn't feel safe enough to ask for help. She's the one who is the healer, okay? She is healing other people, the one who holds everyone but never feels held. So let's get right into it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back at the end.
I saved myself, had to raise myself. And when I won and no one saw, I had to praise myself. I said I saved myself, had to raise myself. And when I won and no one saw, I had to praise myself. Turn my suicide note into a graduation speech. Yeah, I made myself. And when they told me all the things I should change, I said, and I stayed myself. So when I'm asked, how do I carry this baggage so well? I tell them, it's because ain't nobody was coming to save the girl who was using her jokes as a call for help. Was drowning in my depression, my anxiety be the anchor aggressively attaching this arm to mine. But as long as I kept this smile, everyone thought I was alright. As long as I can compartmentalize my ugly for others to digest. As long as my pain didn't pour over and make a mess. As long as I remained the strong friend. I'm so sick and tired of being the strong friend because no one checks on the strong friend. Damn. I really wish I wasn't the strong friend because me and my trauma be bonding.
Tell people all the time, like, when they're like, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, but I have to be. I don't want to be like, I want to be fragile. And people see it as a weak word, but think about it. When something's fragile, you treat it more with care. You're very careful. Treat me like I'm fragile because I can break too. And people are so used to me being so strong and so independent that they usually don't check on me. If I do have an issue and I happen to voice it, like, oh, you're fine. Like, they brush me off. It's kind of like, Shakira, you always figure it out. But I'm human too. I have feelings too. I feel things very deeply too. So don't treat me like I'm strong because I don't consider that to be a thing of like, oh, that's so great an accomplishment. No, treat me like I'm fragile.
I always been a friend that everybody call on. Like, some you fucked up or you messed up, they can call me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's like, when you like that, it's like they don't think you have low moments. Like, they always think you strong. They always think you don't need that. You okay? None of it. Like, they just automatically think, okay, you got everything together. You good.
So I no longer have the desire to be the strong one anymore. I have always been the strong person. I've always been the strongest sibling, the strongest friend, the strongest child. And I no longer desire to be that because it is not a flex. At 36 years old, I'm understanding that being strong is not a flex, and I am tired. And really, I think I'm tired because I understand that I have been this way my entire life. I have always been in fight or flight mode. I have always been in survival mode. Most people don't understand that the strong friend carries around a lot of trauma. And the strength becomes a shield that we use to block out people from coming in and hurting us. It's not a flex. If anything, it's a defense mechanism. Do you know how bad I want to just sit down, relax, and allow someone to come into my space and love me properly? And I don't just mean a man. I mean friends. I mean anybody that wants to be company in my space. I want to be able to trust When I say I want to be able to be soft and I want to be able to understand and trust myself enough to know that I am allowing the right people into my life, but it's hard. When you have been hurt and damaged and have experienced so much trauma for so long, you really don't know where to start. Well, my starting point is now. I'm letting everybody know I can no longer be that person for them because I need to be that person for me. When you are strong, you are drained all the time because you are constantly pouring into somebody else and you don't have enough people pouring into you. And it's not because they don't want to, it's because they feel like you don't need it. I remember years ago, before my mother passed away, God rest her soul, one day we were on the phone and I said, "Ma, you don't never call to check on me no more." And she said, "Well, I know that you're going to always be okay." And you don't know how bad I want to tell her, "Girl, I am not okay. I am not okay. Your strongest child, I'm dying inside." But because I've never had that space to be vulnerable and be open and honest about my feelings, there was no way I could express that, not even to my own mother. So I need y'all to check on y'all strong friends. I need y'all to check on y'all strong siblings and check on your strong children that's hyper independent that you think don't need you, because they do. Because they probably feel exactly how I feel. Just saying.
I'm going to say this the best way I know how. I get extremely triggered when people rely on me too much. Like, if I feel you're becoming way too dependent on me, it makes me want to run the other way. Because that triggers so much of my inner child, right? Like, being so strong, being so fucking strong, as they all like to say, I hate when people say that, because I didn't ask to be. And what I know to be true is that me as a child, I had to figure everything out myself. So I feel like you should have to do the same. Does that make sense? And I don't say that to be a bitch. I say that because it's lonely as fuck. And I don't believe that people should go through things alone, specific things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. But I do think that you need to figure it out. I do think that you need to figure it out. Carrying the weight of being the strong one is so mentally fucking exhausting. So is it something that I need to work on? Probably. But I've had to figure everything out myself since I was little. And so when I see other people that I know have the potential to do the same, but they rely on me to try and do the work for them, no. No.
You're drained from everybody always depending on you, but nobody ever checking on you. You're drained because it takes a lot out of you to have to always be strong and act like I don't know what you said about me. I've run out of cheeks because I keep turning them. But you don't understand. Yes, I'm saved, but there's an Old Testament me. You have too much in you to work somewhere that stresses you. You shouldn't be, in fact, toiling your days in an environment that does not appreciate your gift and takes you for granted.
In my life, like my family, my friends, and relationships, them thinking that I always got it done no matter what.
That's what I was literally just gonna say. I was just gonna say that there's a misconception that like strong people don't need anyone, and that's not true. Like I feel like strong people need people the most.
No, and we do.
And people assume that because you're strong or you look like you got it all together, that like you don't need help or you don't need somebody to check in on you or you don't just need somebody to ask you how you are. Or maybe you don't need to just let out a tear or so every now and again, because baby, I'm a crier and I don't care about crying.
Baby. And that's me all day long, baby.
If that's what I gotta do to get it out, baby, that's what it's gonna be.
Right. And yeah, so I just feel like that led to people, thinking that like, oh, she's strong, like, so she got it all together. Oh, she don't need anybody to call her. Like,
I don't think that people understand that when you're strong, it's because something happened in your life that made you like that. People talk about hyper independent people or people that hold stuff in and handle problems by themselves as if it's some type of preferred behavior. Like, this shit's just fun to do. When you show a certain amount of strength, nobody allows you to be weak. When you're looked at as the strong friend, you can tell somebody that 9 people in your family just passed away today and you lost your job and your relationship, and they'll look at you like, Well, you're the strongest person I know. You'll be alright. Being strong don't mean you better than anybody. It means that you've been able to function and cope with the hand that you've been given. And because of that, people will dump all their problems onto you because you've proven that you're strong enough to handle all your shit and theirs. Whether somebody is strong because they have kids that depend on them or they're strong because they made it through a situation that would have otherwise broke them, being strong ain't really something that you want to be more than it's something that you gotta be. So check on your strong friends because they struggling too, just, silently.
It's like I was drowning. But nobody knew I was drowning. The only way people were going to realize that I was drowning is if I completely drowned. And I can't say anything to anybody because I got to make sure you're fixed. I got to make sure you're good. I got to make sure everybody's good.
Hi, quick PSA. Anything that has to do with being a strong woman, anything that has to do with being a strong black woman, please count me out of it. I'm not interested. Please, please, anything with concern strong woman. I beg, remove them for me. Change them for me, please. Please, thank you.
Nobody knows you're drowning because you ain't making any splashes. Strong friend, the strongest friend, speak up. Nobody knows we crashing because we ain't saying nothing. And I know it's like, damn, I'm only one person. How they don't know that I can't hold this together? Because when you have a mask that's real, real good, don't nobody know what's happening below the surface. Don't nobody know that them waters is crashing. Don't nobody know that you and that motherfucker with a boat with holes in it and you in there with plaster trying to make it happen and drop blowing on it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You make it look effortless. And a lot of folk don't maintain things, right? And a lot of folk don't fix stuff till it's broke. Because then you're going to have to let them know you're drowning. You're going to have to let them know you're drowning. You never know how much support and how many people around you love you because you never speak up. And because you're not speaking up, you even furtherly playing into that, don't nobody got my back. But it's because you ain't speaking up.
We're always telling people to check up on our strong friends, but we don't really know how to. The thing about a strong friend is if you check up on them, they're going to tell you, I'm good. So it takes some additional labor to figure out what exactly your friend needs. No worries, your friendly neighborhood therapist is here to help you out. I got you. First off, dive deeper into the answer they already gave you. So if they tell you I'm doing good, define what good means, because good means a bunch of different things. Then after that, you hit them with a 3-piece. Ask them these 3 questions right here. 1, what's going well for you? 2, what's some things that you've been struggling with or you want to work on? And 3, the knockout punch. What do you need? 3 is the knockout one because a lot of people don't know what they need, especially if you spend a lot of time caretaking for other folks. So to ask somebody that is going to really make them think about what they need. And they're going to try to run from it. They try to avoid the question and say, I don't know what I need. Make them answer it. For sure, make them answer it. Those 3 questions can get you in some intentional conversations with some of your friends so you can really see how they're actually doing. And remember, check on your strong friends.
So she learned early how to be strong, how to fix it, hold it, manage it. She became everyone else's rock, but never had a place to collapse herself. People love her strength. They admire her resistance. They quote her, depend on her, but no one ever asks if she's okay. Because to them, she's always been the one who had it all together. But truthfully, she's been falling apart in silence, and the world never noticed. Because when you are the healer, the world forgets that you bleed too. She's the one who checks in on everybody, but goes to bed wondering if anyone ever sees her. She pours out love like a waterfall, but receives it back in teaspoons, if any at all. She's not looking for attention. She's looking for safety, a safe space to land, a space where she doesn't have to lead, perform, or pretend. She needs someone to say, put it down, babe. You don't have to carry this alone anymore. but it never comes. So she continues to overgive, overcompensate, overfunctions until her body starts screaming, until her spirit starts breaking, until even the softest smile feels like a mask she can't keep holding up. She's exhausted, but no one sees it because the world doesn't check in on the strong friend. They check in on the one who cries out loud, not the one who silences her own needs to stay relatable. But that ends today because she's finally realizing something. She's allowed to rest. She's allowed to fall apart. She's allowed to stop being the hero or the shero. Healing isn't just what she gives, it's what she deserves. She deserves to be nurtured. She deserves softness without suspicion. She deserves support without performance. She's choosing herself now. She's not answering every call. She's not pouring from her empty cup. She's not fixing what's not hers to fix because the healer is healing herself now. Okay? She's done shrinking to just be digestible. She's done being the strong one to avoid making others uncomfortable. She's done being celebrated for how much she can take. Because the strength that sacrifices peace is not strength, it's survival. And she's tired of surviving. She's stepping into softness now, into slowness, into receiving. And if the world can't adjust to that, then the world can move on. So if you are that healer, that friend, that mother, that woman, and you've been carrying the weight of the world on your back with no one ever stopping to ask if you're okay, this is your reminder. You deserve rest. You deserve to be checked on. You deserve to feel safe even when you're not serving. Check in on your strong friends. And if you are the strong friend, check in on yourself, babe, for once. So if you are ready to heal deeper, make sure that you join the waitlist for the Rich Mindset Mastery course. Learn how to shift your identity, your glow up emotionally, and protecting your peace through boundaries, self-love, self-concept, and so much more. The link is in the description box to sign up on my website at richmilanco.com. Also, make sure that you grab your Becoming Her ebook bundle. Okay, it is a 30-day transformation guide and affirmations to help you become the woman that you were destined to be. All the links are in the description box below. Become the woman who walks in a room and make people wonder. Secure the bag, protect your peace, and stay rich, rich babes. Love you.